How long is too long to wait for an order? Or even when you do get an order and you're waiting another 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes or even an hour just to get another order? Ew, what can you do? Of course, you could probably multi-app on different apps, but what if you're trying to actually stay on that DoorDash app? I'm sure you're going to be thinking to yourself,
is it going to get any better than this? Can it? Will it? Is it possible?
and of course, depending on your market, whether you're in a suburban, urban, or rural area, all these places will vary. But I do know from my experience, I have came across one of the best DoorDash perks that I've seen since Dash Now has died in my area. And that is the Gold Offer Boost and the Platinum Offer Boost. But let's go ahead and read a little bit about this, because it says with this Platinum Offer Boost, it says with Platinum, you'll get the highest offer boost. You'll have shorter wait times on average than lower tier dashers. So you will spend less time waiting and more time earning. So the whole idea is you don't have to just be sitting around waiting and waiting, but actually getting an offer just as soon as you drop off. That would be the ideal thing. And from my experience, it is exactly what has happened, because I've even experienced receiving offers even before I've even dropped off. Or when I have dropped off an order, I might just be walking back to the car and getting an order, or I'm just sitting down, but I'm getting an order very quickly. Now, I know what you might be thinking. What type of order is it? Is it good? Is it bad? Or is it just downright ugly? And it could be any of those, but you don't have to take the ones that are just downright terrible or upside down orders. You can still decline those offers. But a lot of times, it's not always that bad. And that's something that you could actually get going for you in your favor. And this is why I really think the DoorDash Platinum Offer Boost is a complete game changer, because it keeps me going. It keeps my wheels moving. And I don't have to be like waiting that extra 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes just for another offer. But that's definitely been tested out here in the South Dallas market. And it could be completely different for you. Now, if you only have like 2 or 3 restaurants in your rural market, well, okay, I can probably understand there's just nothing there for you. But that can be like kind of logical as well. But the best way in your market, especially if you're in an urban or suburban area where you have a good amount of restaurants, that you're actually able to just to keep and stay busy. And I'm not talking about like busy with $2 orders or $3 orders. That's not going to push you towards success. Not even if you're doing $1 a mile, because you're going to be just wasting time then. But however, we are going to look at a few different offers here today, such as this one right here. As you can see where that little blue dot is, where the dasher is at, pretty much right by the restaurant. It says $8.10, 3.8 miles, coming from McDonald's. Now, I know some people has had issues with McDonald's, and sometimes they're just being slow or whatever it is. But if you have a good McDonald's in the area and you know it's not going to take too long, hey, that's definitely ideal. But it's really good to actually know your market and the restaurant behaviors. Because frankly, even with this McDonald's that I go to, it's kind of just up and down. But most time, it's generally pretty decent. And we also see this offer as definitely over that $2 plus per mile. It's definitely the ideal type of order to take. And of course, there's also other offers that we can be looking at where it might be like $1.75 per mile, which is still okay. It's still in the good range. Then you might even possibly even take an offer that's even $1.50 per mile. But let's say we went ahead and we already delivered this order. And with the Platinum Offer Boost, you just might be on your way back and getting an offer that's even like this one, $11.55 for 5.4 miles. But here's the thing that not everyone thinks about and understands, especially depending on what type of market that you're in. And that's from like being like in a ping pong market or a yo-yo market. Now, let's kind of break this down just for a moment for if you do not know the difference. So if you're in a ping pong market, you're going to be having restaurants as you go. You might go ahead and deliver to one, but you might be 2 or 3 minutes away from another restaurant, and you can just pick up an order from there. Then you go ahead and deliver, and there might be another restaurant that might be 2 or 3 minutes from that area. So that's called just ping ponging from place to place. And it's really good if you're in that type of a market. But as for me and a lot of other people in certain suburban areas, well, you might not be as blessed. And you might have to go yo-yo back and forth because 90% of your restaurants are just one general location. And then, of course, you might have a few other restaurants that's kind of scattered about, and you might be able to grab one of those orders that'll ping pong you back. Possibly. The majority of your restaurants, you're going to have to go all the way back, just like this right here. Because even where that McDonald's is, the Denny's is right by it. And even though this says 5.4 miles, you got to be thinking in your mind, okay, now I basically just left where the customer was at. I'm going to have to use this bend but don't break method and actually just think about 5.4 miles. Is a lot of that is actually dead miles. And by the time I actually pick this thing up, it's going to be more like maybe 2.5 or 3 miles ish. But you might say, Phil, that's $11.50. That's still $2+ a mile. Yeah, exactly. But what if this was $7 for 5.4 miles? Would you still have taken it? Because it would look like it's more like $1.20 per mile. But knowing that you have to go back to your hot zone or just wherever 90% of your restaurants are, where you're going to be going to anyways. And this was actually just a great blessing. No matter what, the $11.55 for 5.4 miles, still over $2 plus per mile, including my dead miles. Awesome. But I still have to think about all of this as a whole and being mindful of the offers I'm taking. Even though this one looks good, but there might be other ones that might be similar to it. Where am I going to go to? Where am I going to end up at? Is this going to actually help me to get me to a good hourly rate? No matter if your hourly rate is, you're looking at least it'd be at $20 an hour or $25 an hour or $30 an hour, whatever your hourly goal is, you got to be mindful and thinking about that. Is this going to be in favor for me to actually hit those marks? Then you might not be always thinking about your hourly goal. You might be thinking about your daily goal if just want to hit $100 a day or just hit $150 or $200 a day. But how long is it going to take you to get to that mark? And with Platinum Offer Boost, this can help just shave the time down even faster. This whole thing is designed where we spend less time waiting to get to that very next offer, because time is money. And if we just took like a $7 order and that's the only order that we actually took for a whole hour and you just made $7, well, that's not too good. I know that's not too fun. And what do you think you'll probably be doing after a while? Probably quitting, because you're like, there's nothing out there for me. I can't keep busy enough. Hey, because I remember being in that struggle just a few years ago, even with multi-apping, with Uber Eats, Doordash, and Grubhub, trying to work all these apps. And I'm just like, man, I got 3 apps going. And I'm just like, I'm getting nothing here. I wasn't in any type of tiers and struggled even that much more. But when I got my rating up, even at that time, they didn't have the Platinum Offer Boost, but some of the things that they did have was the priority high paying offers. It was that type of a perk that really helped me out then. And even where it even says like priority access to large orders, I also got catering orders as well, which really helped boost my earnings. Now that we actually have the top priority for high paying offers and the access to large orders, man, then we mix up this Platinum Offer Boost. That can actually not even just change your day for the better, but it can also change your whole week. It can change your whole month and how we even treat the DoorDash app, just period. But you might be saying,
Phil, I'm still seeing really bad and crash orders.
I'm still seeing those $2 orders. I'm still seeing $3 orders. Well, of course you are. You're seeing more of everything right now. But you got to remember what to decline and what to accept. You're going to decline those upside down offers and those $2 and $3 offers. But let's look at another one right here. This is $7.75 for 5.8 miles. Some people was like, oh yeah, I'd just take that anyways. And other people was like, oh, that's like $1.20 a mile. I'm just not going to even touch that. I won't even touch that on your phone. And if anybody knows the inside joke of that, well, just put ha ha in the comment box. But going back to dashing here, look where the blue dot is. That's where the dasher's at. Coming back from the order that he just dropped off, which is me. Even though it says 5.8 miles, I'm like 3 miles or even 3.5 miles away from the Chick-fil-A. So those are automatically dead miles, which I'm going to anyways, which is right there in my zone. So automatically I'm thinking if I was already there, this has been $7.75 for like maybe 2.5, maybe 3 miles. Hello, somebody. Take the order, because the place where that little blue dot is, there was no restaurants until I got back to the zone. And if your market is the same way, well, we can definitely relate. And this actually might help you in the mindset of what offers to take. And think, oh, well, that actually isn't that many miles when I look at it and think of it in a completely different aspect. I know there's sometimes when I'm out there, I'm just like, wait a minute. I had to remind myself I'm only 3 extra miles or dead miles that I might have to travel back. I have to keep reminding myself that every now and then, because I'm like, I have to look at it and be like, actually, that's okay. So I definitely want to encourage you to take those right offers, because with the Platinum Offer Boost, you're going to have to look at things a little bit more differently, because if you get those offers so much faster, you'll be like, okay, I am like X amount of miles away. I'm going back into my zone. So I need to be thinking, okay, I got those same dead miles. So now this offer actually looks different, and it's not as bad as it actually looks. Because sometimes even a $7 for 7 miles, which when it looks like a dollar a mile, might be actually $7 for 3 miles, $7 for 4 miles, depending how your market's laid out. Now, I know I've had in the past that people even ask me for like doing like one-on-ones. And I'm just like, okay, I finally just started to just doing that. And you can also check that out in the field memberships under Field Coaching 101 or Field Coaching 2.0. These are going to be more for new gig workers that just needs that just little bit of one-on-one, where we do Zooms and we can actually text personally even when you're even out there. So if you feel like you need gig coaching, I'm here for you. Now, with this Platinum Offer Boost, you just might still have a couple questions. And your main one is going to be, is it really worth it? I'm not tiered right now, but should I really actually try to get up to gold and get up to platinum status? And hey, if what you're doing is not working right now and you're not getting the type of orders as quickly, you just might want to try it, because it just might work for you in your market. And if you have a chance to even cut that time, even in half or even more, just to get another offer, hey, that's awesome. But if you have any questions, be sure to put them down in the comment box. Or if you want to watch a video about what type of offers you should take, maybe even check this one right up here. Or if you need something more basic, you might want to check out this video right below.